Alright guys, so remember this game? This game is called Dino and you will basically like see it whenever your Chrome is मर गया मैं. So this game is called Dino and you'll see it whenever Chrome or whenever you are out of internet or whenever Chrome can't connect with internet, so it will show this game that you can play. Today let's build this game using vibe coding and we are going to be using anti-gravity. Now, before we get into coding, we'll of course like need to have an idea of what we are going to build. So let's play this game for a few minutes. Let's see like how it goes, like, what all the UI elements are there, what things are there, what things we'll need to include in our game. So let's try it out, okay? So it starts with a space, there's a dinosaur, and then you have to jump. So there are obstacles, the one thing. So the obstacles in this one is cactus. And then there's score. So I think that the score algorithm is such that, it needs like, some particular distance. And then it levels up. So I see that the speed is increasing. So I have survived so far. The speed is even faster now. I see some backgrounds are also there, but yeah, the backgrounds are also moving a bit and I'm dead. Okay, so there's speed, but I think that there was also like, like the birds would come. I remember like I played a few weeks ago. So let's try to see if we can kind of, get to that level. So I think that was like more of a sky obstacle. So it has like ground obstacle, which is the cactus, and sky obstacle 2. So we'll try to see. All right, so yeah, I mean, I am pretty far. Hopefully I will be able to see it without dying now, but if I die again, so I won't be playing again, and we'll just get into building this game. Okay, so there is that. So there's the bird, which is another obstacle. So there's like obstacle on ground, obstacle on in the air. So let's write down this spec document, okay? So I'll just go to online notepad and basically note things down there. Let's see, maybe I can open it in split panes. So yeah, let's write it down, okay? A Dino-like game that ships with Google Chrome. We want a colorful version of it. So this is black and white, but let's go for a colorful one for our game. There should be levels. With each level up, the speed of the obstacles should increase. Dinosaur would jump when we press spacebar. There should be a nice backdrop. There should be scoreboard. There should be an option to restart the game. From level 1 to level 5, the obstacles should only be on the ground. Those could be cactus or something else. And after level 5, there should be sky obstacles too. We want meteorites falling from the sky as our obstacle. Yeah, so we are not being chill with the dinosaurs. So we'll basically have meteorites falling from the sky as our sky obstacle. So we have our requirement doc. This is fine, I think. Let's go ahead and basically fire up anti-gravity. So for this, I have my folder ready. Always start in a new folder for any of your projects. So I'll run Ghosty here. Ghosty is my choice of terminal. So if you don't know, like Ghosty is a pretty cool terminal app. It has some pretty cool features that we'll see. For example, like, you can do Command D and you can have like, side by side panes, and also do like Command Shift D and, like have multiple, like, like as many number of panes as you need. And there are like, some even more cool features. All right, so let's go ahead. I'll put it somewhere here so that I can see the requirement doc too. We just put it here. All right, so I'll go ahead and start anti-gravity. Now you do that by pressing AGY, but if you don't have anti-gravity installed, then this is what you need to do. I'll go to anti-gravity CLI and basically go to install, and you'll see the command here. So you basically copy this command and paste it in your terminal. I already have it installed, so I have just started anti-gravity by giving it command AGY. And then it is asking me if I trust this folder. So yeah, I trust it because I have just created it for this project. So now anti-gravity is ready and we are ready for our project. I would like to make a dinosaur-like game that ships with Google Chrome. In my version of the game, I want it to be colorful instead of black and white that Google Chrome has. In the game, there should be levels just like Google Chrome, and with each level, the speed of the obstacles should increase. Dinosaur would jump when we press spacebar. There should be a nice backdrop in the entire game. There should be a scorecard as well, and there should be an option to restart the game. So whenever someone dies, they can restart the game. Also, from level 1 to level 5 of the game, the obstacles should only be on the ground. Those could be cactus or something else. After level 5, there should be sky obstacles too. We want meteorites falling from the sky as our obstacle. So I made a mistake, I think, meteorite falling from the sky as our sky obstacle, not just obstacle, because then AI can get confused and, it can interpret it as that is the only obstacle we want. Let's see, are we missing anything here? Yeah, I think I'll tell it that, we want it as a web app. Also, we want the game as a web app that we can play in the browser. All right, sounds good. I'll go ahead and submit the prompt to anti-gravity. Let's see what happens. So generally what you'll see is it will start reading the prompt and, trying to make sense of it. So you can do Control O to expand, everything that it is kind of, thinking of. So as you see here, so, you are seeing the, the thinking. So it's kind of, presently exploring the web app architecture and, it's noting what the directories will be needed. Web app is the goal. So it has got the goal. And then it's figuring out the interface technologies, the background details, the obstacle concept. So it's expanding on that. And then the game over details, what happens when the game is over. Okay, and then it is creating the project files within our folder. So let's see. I'll open the folder, and as you can see, it's started creating the game files, the project files here. So yeah, so you can see this by doing Control O, and again, if I do Control O again, so it will hide that. If you're not interested in seeing all the AI thinking, then you don't have to see it. You can just hide it. But I do prefer seeing it sometimes so that I understand what approach it is taking. So it says that it has already created. That is, it was pretty fast. Let's try it out. Okay, so it says that I'm verifying the project adheres to the user's requirement. The core game loop checks out as a side-scrolling runner, right? Reminiscent of the dinosaur game. The request to colorful aesthetic is also implemented. Dynamic sky gradients, neon greens, and hot pink. Dorsal plates. Everything seems to be aligning perfectly. I have built a highly polished, retro-futuristic version of the dinosaur runner game called Dino Dash Recharged. So it has given our game a name too. It's called Dino Dash Recharged. I'm not sure. Do you like it? Let me know in comments. And it says that the project is fully operational and it has created these files. So let's go ahead. Let's try out our game. It says that it should be on this. And yeah, I see Dino Dash Recharge, spacebar, press space or tap to jump and start. And then I start the game. So I'm liking the colors so far. Yeah, it's pretty much retro and neon, which is nice. And avoid meteorites at level 6. Use spacebar to jump. Okay, let's go ahead and give it a try. This is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I got some score as well, and I am not able to play it well. I think that I have to be very close to the obstacle to jump. Yes. So I got a level up just now. Pretty cool. It was amazing how anti-gravity was kind of able to one-shot this game. So it's, yeah, that is pretty nice. Let's see. I want to see the meteorites, the sky obstacles that we added to our game. I think I'm loving it. I think that I'll make more retro games, wipe code them. It's pretty cool. if you want to play this game, like maybe, oh man, that is pretty cool. Oh shit. Awesome. So that was good. And like after the meteorite hit, like the entire screen started shaking, and it's still shaking in the back, which I really like. It's pretty cool. So if you want to play this game, I'll also include maybe a download URL in the YouTube description. But yeah, it's been pretty cool how we are able to kind of like create this game in like 10-15 minutes of time. And even more impressive is that, like, I was expecting that I would have to like do a few revisions, like try it a few times. It'll make some mistakes, we'll find some bugs that we'll have to like fix. But it kind of like it kind of one-shotted it. Like we gave it just one prompt, and anti-gravity was able to just one-shot it, like just create this game with one single prompt. Which is why I would say that the prompting really matters, because what we did here, let me switch the cam. So what we did here, I'll close this tab. So what we did here is like basically we wrote down our spec requirements. Like this is what we needed. So unless you would know what you actually need and what kind of what kind of output you want, it's difficult for AI to figure it out. Like unless you tell it that this is what I want. And also like if you look into our prompt, so in the end, like I mentioned that we want meteorites falling from the sky as our sky obstacle, because I'm pretty sure that if I would have missed mentioning that sky obstacle, so it would sometimes think that that is like the only obstacle we want, and it won't include the ground obstacles. So which is why being very specific with AI sometimes matters. So yeah, definitely I'll recommend you to kind of like try it out, give it a try, and give anti-gravity and like all the AI tools like Claude Code and Cursor, these things a try, and create something. Like be creative with it, create something, create a game like this. So yeah, I'll again start playing, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye.